Okay, Wednesday morning in the kingdom, and it's chilly willy, so I got the me phone inside the whole shack door. Yes, the whole shack door. So here I am being energy efficient and having to open the door to let the heat out to keep the me phone warm. Sounds like a woman. Oh, well. Okay. All right. This morning we woke up to minus 21 Celsius, but feels like minus 27. Also, too, I'm under the yard light so I can actually read this. It's dark out here. Okay, on the yo-yo scale, minus 6 Fahrenheit, but feels like minus 17. Ooh, that's a big drop, so that feels chilly willy. All right, so yesterday was a good day until coffee time at 3 o'clock, and then it turned bad. It was just a series of events that went bad, bad, and bad, like a bad marriage. Yes, and the in-laws come to visit. It's just unreal. Oh, can't forget the mother-in-law. So today, to make it through the day, we will be sipping. This is one of those fancy flask things that fits nicely in your jacket. Yes, the good old days, the prohibition years. Yes, that's when they said we couldn't drink alcohol. Yes, but they did it anyways. We had those speakeasies and stuff like that. Ooh, big words. All right, so we thank that kingdom follower who sent this all the way from California so it could be at the end of the world here. Freezing. Yes, it'll be all covered in frost and everything as I'm sipping away. But hopefully today Aggie goes out of the shop. It's a good thing I put him in the shop with all those issues. Yes, it wasn't one thing, it was a series of things that went wrong. But these little cats keep it up. They will be direct electric start on diesel. Yes, on diesel, just like the TD18s and the D6s. The gas starts are getting too expensive, too complicated, and everything's worn out after 80 years. Well, almost 80 years. Yes, so that's the problem. All right, I better go. We got a busy day ahead, and the boss is coming. Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom, and we had a good morning here, okay? First of all, we'd like to thank all the YouTube subscribers and the kingdom followers who put excellent comments on it, because you have the invisible followers that read and learn too, okay? One of the YouTube subscribers asked about the condenser. Yes, the condenser, I lucked out because it actually goes in here, okay? I lucked out because the one on the bench there had a pigtail, all right, and a little bracket to clamp it down. So I lucked out, so I was able to tie it into this wire here. So it's under the cap. It was on the list to film. Oh, I'm hooked. It was on the list to film this morning, but I forgot. Sorry about that. Okay, so what we did was took the mag off. We went back to square one because the mag is, who said it's working, the timing and everything like that. So this is the mag we changed to the car distributor yesterday that quit on us. All right, so we think we know why. It was very weak spark because there's the resistor that was on the firewall. And then I got thinking, it was 2010 when I did the work on this cat for that fellow. That's when I changed it over to car coil, all this stuff to make it easier for him to start and drive. So you look at the rust and everything like that. So I took it off and we put a connector in there just as temporary, because I got new ones of those in the parts room or the parts trader. All right. Had the spark plugs out, cleaned it, cranked it over, and there is spark. All right, so what I did, okay, when I did the test on it, I put the wire on the coil, and then I didn't ground it to the block, and then I spun it with my wrench, all right? So as I spun it with the wrench, I could see the good spark at the points, and then I kind of slipped away from the block. Now I became the ground, all right? So I'm holding the mag distributor, and I was still spinning it, holding it in my hand and leaning against the cat, so I became the ground. Okay, so that was a good tingling feeling, just like when I weld in the rain. All right, so now we got spark, we double checked everything, cranked it over, it's all good. So let's go to the workbench. Okay, so I cleaned off the workbench and got organized before I did my video, because I don't want everybody confused, you know, just like my first ex-wife. Oh, second ex-wife too. Oh yeah, all right, let's focus here. All right. So I took the carburetor apart, just like I did on Kijiji. Kijiji came from around Winnipeg, and Aggie came from around Winnipeg, and they were both ag cats. So they were designed to start and run in the summer. So when I took the carburetor apart, look at that. Somebody soldered in the copper bowl or the cone. All right. So I have 2 cats from around Winnipeg with the same thing. So that means there was one good mechanic back in the day changing everything so these things would start and run. All right. The guy had talent because he could solder and fabricate some really nice stuff. All right. Also too, I haven't decided if the choke butterfly thingy is upside down, because on Kijiji, okay, the spring thing was at the top. All right, and it would let the air go through. So this one is totally opposite. So I used my black and white copier printer. Yes, I didn't print this in color for the people around the world to enjoy. All right, so there's the instructions and everything out of the IH cat book or whatever. Okay, so let's turn this. Oh, not sure if we got enough talent. All right, so this piece right here is right here. Okay, we're missing this piece here. It's been cut off and put into the copper cone, and then it's showing the spring thing on the choke. So I think I better, and I did say yesterday while the staff was filming me, this thing is trying to start like a Gigi. Yes. Okay, so now I have 2 cats starting the same. So I think we better, how would you say, cancel this carburetor thing because of the highly modifications. You might work in the summer in the south, but not in the winter up here, because Aggie's always been a hard starter. All right, so after lunch, we'll have some lunch with some vodka. Oh yes, vodka. We're still on holidays here. Oh wait, I'm retired. And then we'll go to the shed and see if we can find 2 carburetors, because we'll make them the same. And then when Kijiji comes back in the shop to get his back rear light fixed, we can change out the carburetors. Let's try and get Aggie up and running with a factory kind of set carburetor, so we know. It's a good thing we have all this stuff. All right, let's get some lunch. Let's go have some lunch and some drinks or beverages, and then we can get back to work. Okay, 3 o'clock coffee, and the staff returned my Me phone so I can actually record. When she said she needed the phone for the weather station, I thought she was going to sit on my landline phone and call 1-800-weather thingy set up and handle it. Well, I was so wrong. She wanted my Me phone. I couldn't understand, but oh well, I'm old. Okay, so in the meantime, I couldn't record me out in the snowbank in the cold getting the manifold and the carburetor off the TD9 known as OP. Okay, so I went and got his manifold and carburetor, and that carburetor is now on Aggie. Okay, because the TD6 and TD9 are the same carburetor. Okay, so we've determined that that's a factory foo-foo thing. Okay, so there it looks like in the picture. All right, sorry about no color. Okay, and the little springy thing is up. All right, so here is what I'm used to. All right, I don't know if that's a factory upgrade or something, but all you need is the air to come through there. Like you want to create a vacuum or something. All right, so I don't know if that's factory or somebody's made them. I think they're factory upgrade or something, or an option, because I have quite a few carburetors like that. I think that's the only one I have with the original setting, and it seems to have a bigger opening here. All right, so then we look at this. So that's what's on Aggie right now, is one of these flat plate washers. Okay, and also too, the springy thing is up and he pushes down. All right, so there's the original carburetor from the south with that excellent mechanic guy. And back when I had money and no women in my life, I bought the Steiner carburetor kit things. Okay, so they come in a kit, the gaskets are there. The only problem is I bought it a long time ago when the earth was green and the Swedish kid was being breastfed. So you have to take a center punch or these hole punch, because these things shrunk. Yeah, they shrunk. So you got to center them out or get the holes a little bigger because they shrunk. Oh well, but that's just par for the course. So we are actually happy. So plans have changed now. We're going to bust our tushy to get Aggie out of the shop to bring Kijiji in, because you got to fix his back light and the carburetor. We got the carburetors all laid out. It's fresh in my memory before I get drunk, and we can work on Kijiji and get him up and running.
Wednesday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 11 a.m. and as you can see, it's still trying to snow out here. It's been like this since yesterday, but not much has actually come down. Now it's time to head inside and let the dogs out. Then this afternoon I'm going to go over to the kingdom and see what we're doing today. I'm not 100% sure. I think he's still working in the shop, but maybe it's time to switch out the cats. 1 o'clock and I got the skidoo out and I'm heading on over to the kingdom now. I'm gonna try and set up that weather station. Hopefully I can get it to work for you guys. That way my dad can start doing a kingdom weather, and I'm not sure what else we'll be doing today, but I guess we'll figure that out when I get to the kingdom. Just after 1 o'clock and I made it to the kingdom. Looks like we are setting up the weather station today. My dad already has a little stand put up on top of the shed here. Hopefully that gets enough wind and the proper weather for it. Now I'm inside hooking it up to the Me phone and getting everything set up. That way we can just put it on there and hopefully get the weather. Took me a while, but I was able to get the weather station figured out here. The time is still wrong, but I can fix that. Everything else seems to be moving nicely. As you can see on the top here, the little wind keeps changing, so I think I did something right. But we'll give it a couple days and see what happens, and if anything needs to be changed on it, I'm sure I can figure it out. But at least it's working now, and it's set up at the kingdom here, so this is what we're sitting at right now. Not 100% sure what all this is, but we'll figure it out. Almost coffee time, and I don't think I got it figured out yet, but I do have the stuff on the screen, so I think that's good enough for now. It also says it's negative 14 degrees here right now in the kingdom, so that's pretty cool. I'll have to read some more on getting the phone linked in with the little system here, but it says I'm connected, but as you can see, I'm clearly not. Now let's head on down to the shop and see what my dad's up to. On my way down to the shop, I wanted to give you guys a little view of the weather station here. It looks pretty good where it is right now, but if it's not getting its full potential, we can always move it up higher or put it onto something else. But I think it's doing pretty good, and we are getting a reading off of it, so that's nice. Now we'll head down to the shop. Looks like my dad is just playing around on the cats again, so that means I'm not needed right now. So I'll head on back into WHO-ville and go do the mail and then my weather. A little after 3 p.m. and I made it back from the kingdom. There was nothing in the mail today, no bills or anything, so that's pretty good. Now it's time to set up my carbon monoxide and my smoke alarm before I do my first burn tonight. I have to put in the tin up on top of my pipes there, but I have to wait till my little helper gets off work because I can't do it by myself. It is a pretty big piece of tin, so trying to weasel it up into place there won't be fun alone, so I'll just wait till he shows up and then we can have our first burn tonight. My first fire that I'll be having tonight will be put into Thursday's video since it'll be too late in the evening for it to be added into the videos here. Now it's time to head down to the basement and get everything ready. Just after 5 o'clock, and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's negative 17 degrees Celsius, which is 1 degree Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. Thank you to Sir Rodney for sending up the smoke alarm and carbon monoxide alarm. That way when I do start up my fire tonight, there'll be no problems with the wood stove. As you can see, the street lights already come on and the sun's pretty much gone, and it's still trying to snow. There's a bit of snow coming down on the camera here. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, edit my videos, and end my day.
Okay, there we go. And the coil's just hanging there because we have to strap it up. We have to be able to reach in there to adjust and turn the mag distributor now. All right, so the manifold went back on with the gaskets and everything on there. Everything has been plugged off, and that's the way it was on op. So in 2017, I went through this stuff to get organized, and that's what I did. All right, so we got him up and going. He works. I'm not going to put this resistor in. I'll worry about it later because maybe I should order some new points for these magnetos from Steiner's and stuff like that. Okay, me again. I forgot to talk about the valve settings, okay? So we had the thing timed to the distributor top dead center, but to confirm that it's top dead center, I took the valve cover off, okay? So when I had the valve cover off, I set the valves, and there was 2 intake valves that the feeler gauge would not fit in there, and it seemed like they were actually pushing down on the valves, the sort of thing. But this one here, when you take the plug out for the ether, after you get it running on diesel, you could kind of feel it whoof out there, sort of thing. So I don't know if it was my imagination, you know, I have operated these things sober, okay, or those valves, those intake valves were not closing all the way. So when it was on diesel, it would have enough compression or whatever to push back through the ether sniff hole. So we're very happy, very pleased, but we have another thing on the other side we got to correct. Okay, back in the summer of 2017, this cat got a full service plus the final drive and everything fixed, okay? And the rear main seal too. All right, so everything is marked 2017, and then I look at this and I go, holy crap. It had the new thermostat put in. So Aggie hasn't started and run long enough to have the thermostat malfunction. So I'm sitting here playing Russian roulette, okay? So I can put the hood back on, drive it out of the shop, and that thermostat's going to fall apart or lock up and overheat it or something. So we're going to spend a little extra time today, get that thermostat the hell out of there before it creates any more problems, and then double check the timing on this injection pump on this cover right here. I don't know if I've had it apart or off, but let's just take it apart to know and be sure it's timed at 0. That way I can mark on the gas tank that this thing has been, how would you say, well serviced, and then we can put the fuel stump pan on and get it the hell out of the shop. Ooh, I'm getting excited. Okay, just about 6 o'clock at night, and I got the stump pan on. Yes, that's how high the blade goes. I don't know what they're thinking going that high, but it makes it easy to work on. You can just chain it up. It is chained. There's the chain, and over here's the chain. For all the Karens of the world, we have to work safe up here because it's 3 hours to be flowing south to get the good drugs, or we just get hurt and then drink vodka to take the pain away. All right, let's walk around to the front. Okay, not much proof, but the stump pan's under there, and Aggie here has a cutting edge. Yes, a cutting edge, you know, so it doesn't have snowshoes underneath. This is one here we've left it, how would you say, normal, so it'll cut, so we use it for dirt in the summer sometimes. Okay, Aggie not starting yesterday actually worked out good. We adjusted the valves, we marked it on the valve cover there, and the thermostat's gone. We marked it on there, we changed the timing, it's back to 0, it's marked on there. Drain the oil or the diesel fuel out of the injection pump and put the fresh oil in. We put some other things. We've done actually quite a lot of little things as preventative maintenance. Ooh, those are big words. All right, let's put the hood on, get this one out, get Kijiji in, and then get the communist cat in line next, because we might as well fix the carburetor on it, seeing how we're doing a run of them. Okay, the stop set camera 3 up for constant record. Oh, we got a bad glare here. Here, I'll go up a little higher. Oh, you can see my shiny spot. Oh, this isn't good. I don't know how this is happening. I should put a hat on. Okay, I should be coming along here right away with the cat. Oh, here I come. Let's see if we can speed this up. There we go. So I'll try over here. Is that a little better? This isn't good. This is my first time recording off of this camera, so we'll see here. We got a little Aggie hook onto Kijiji there, one of the twins, and we'll back up with it. Quite a bit of glare. Gonna have to adjust this, maybe tilt the TV or something. All right, so then I pull it back, but I do it in stages or whatever, okay? So I gotta jiggle and jiggle and jiggle and get it down the hill. The hill doesn't look very steep, but the cat will roll pretty good. All right, so that worked out very well. Man, we got a bad glare here. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe I should put a hat on. There we go. Get it past the caboose and we're done. Oh, just a little bit more. There we go. And look at the dogs. They came out to see what's going on. Okay, this is camera 8. Man, we got a bad glare here. Maybe it'll tilt the TV. Okay, then we put the shop extension on so we can't really see what's happening, but the camera used to point straight down. Okay, we got the wood stove over here. Man, that's a bad glare. I'm going to have to get the staff to correct that if we're going to keep doing this. Alright, so I should be coming back here anytime now. Yes, anytime now I should be coming with the Aggie the cat towing, yes, dragging along Kijiji, the baker cat. There I come. Look at me come, backing up, and we get it just right. Ooh, look at that. Alright, tilt a bit. Okay, unhook the chain, and now we're going to push it into place. Yeah, the steering clutches are tied back, so now it just kind of rotates and follows. That worked out pretty good. Alright. Okay, Aggie's running good, and that's we put the Kijiji. Oh, yeah, Kijiji is here, so he needs his backlight fixed, and you've got to check out that carburetor because it has that Winnipeg carb. Yes, so getting a TD9 in the shop with a TD6, that's like how would you say, dancing with a full-figured lady. You have to be very careful that you don't get your toes stepped on. So I had to be very careful with Aggie and make sure he didn't get hurt, because this thing moving around will kind of get out of control and hurt him, sort of thing. So you have to be very careful, but we've done this for years, so we know what the limits of these cats are, because that's what we seem to do, is move them in and out of the shop. Yes, all right, let's get the 2 more cats moved and some sleighs, and then we can call it a day and drink professionally. Okay, I got Aggie hooked on to the other TD6 known as Communist Cat. Yes, so I want to drag him out because he'll go in the shop after Kijiji, because he'll have carburetor problems and the injection pump will be set wrong. Okay, it's a nice night to be moving things around. We're about 2 days late, but we'll pull the Cursa reverse up into the lineup. That way I don't need to have a big piece of equipment or whatever to try and shove them in the shop. I can use just a drawbar on the cat that's coming out of the shop. Everything's looking good, and Aggie is impressive when that timing is changed to 0, that the engine's running smooth. Okay, 8 o'clock and we're done for the day. I stocked up the wood stove. Look at that. The Swedish kid will be happy. Look at that. And look at that. I don't know if we can see it, but we have 4 TD6s in front of the shop. 3 of them have blades, and then there's Laverne in the background, who is bladeless. Yes, and we'll see what we got to do tomorrow. Hopefully Kijiji's in and out of the shop quick, and then the communist cat can go in, because we know the injection pump is set wrong, and the carburetor. Oh, this is working out good. We're learning and having fun. Yes, once we start drinking, it's fun. Before we start, when we're sober, it's a pain in the ass. All right, look at the flags. They're all happy. All right, let's go walk the dogs. Let's go walk the dogs, drink some more, and make a video. Talk to you later.